How about Victor, Quebec? You hear me okay?
Victor, Quebec. Give me all that again phonetically slowly.
No, absolutely. The full call is Kilo Tango 4 Victor, Quebec. The name's Keith. I'm in Waleska, Georgia. That's north of Atlanta. Over.
Roger. Now, normally I would jump on the Atlanta SDR simply because I'm running that. It's one of my SDRs. I run 4. I run Raleigh, Rochester, New York, in Atlanta, Georgia, and Milford, Pennsylvania, and Arlington, Alexandria, Virginia. And so I use those for folks that are running 100 watts and, trying to get a better copy on them. But I got a real good copy on User Direct. And come back and tell me about your antenna system.
Oh, absolutely. And I want to make sure I get your full call. I didn't catch it earlier as you were speaking with the other gentleman. Antenna system here is very simple. It's been up for almost 23 years now. It's just off-center fed dipole. It's probably 60 foot on one end, 35 on the other, and the center of it with a coax feeds at about 30 foot or so. And, it's 6-to-1 baling. This does a great job for me. And, since it's working as well as it is, as long as it has been, I'm not touching it. Over.
Oh, Roger. Just perfect. Your audio, your EQ curve is just great. Your signal strength looks to be about a 12 to 13 over my local noise level. I'm copying you in the co-phase position between 2 10-foot magnetic loop antennas. One of them is oriented east and west, the other north and south, but I can pull them together in co-phase, and the co-phase position gives me about 3 to 4 dB hotter signal than either one of those mag loops by themselves. Roger?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I know that your signal is great, and when you were saying you were doing 2 loops, I thought, well, that's fantastic. Something I need to investigate someday, I suppose. When I have a little more time and a little better weather, we're kind of nasty back here, and I just don't care to get outside and play with any antennas at all at the moment. Help me with your full call again, and where are you located?
Roger. The call is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor KC9VKV. The name is Jim, Juliet India Mike, and we are located just across the Ohio River from Louisville, Kentucky. I can see downtown Louisville from here about 3 miles away. Roger?
Oh, yeah, well, fantastic. Well, that's great. I generally have a pretty good copy on such of your direction, and actually it's a pretty good pipeline from the Illinois, Michigan area, down through Florida, and a little bit. Although I shocked last night that I had just an excellent copy on a gentleman in Washington on 40 meter in the evening, and we chatted for quite some time till it changed, which, by the way, is changing for you. You fell off to about a F7 or so, which was quite a shock to see that happening to you when you've been well over F9. So I guess the band is going to change.
Roger, yeah, and I had to go to Milford, PA SDR to copy you, so we did. Mother Nature pulled the plug between us, but we outsmarted them thanks to SDRs, and I do have a chirper on the Atlanta SDR. You'd be blowing me away with that Atlanta SDR, but there is interference in that area on that. Do you copy that kind of chirper sound on this frequency in your area?
I hear it every so often. I watch it on the waterfall, and I see it turning left or right, of course, and it makes it swing.
Roger that. All right, let me jump out of here, sir. Sounding great, man. Get the duct tape. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Get the Gorilla tape and tape everything down just where it is, Roger.
It is, Roger. Well, I appreciate your comments. That's fantastic. Diacom 7300, and once we set it up, I've just not touched it ever since. It usually gets reasonably good reports. So really no point in touching it, I don't guess. Hey, I hope you have a great day. Sorry the band changed. I'd love to chat with you some more. Sounds like you got some great equipment up there I'd like to learn more about, but the band is changing. See you around, Jim. Thanks for the Qso-KT4VQ. Goodbye.
Roger, Roger. And FYI, we are transmitting on our dipole. We are transmitting on our dipole. We went through this whole thing about orientation of the magnetic loops and a lot of experimentation, but we did find that the dipole, by and large, most of the time was hotter in the transmit mode than the mag loops. So we use the mag loops mainly in the receive mode, and like I say, we do have two 10-foot mag loops that we run co-phase a lot, and that gives us a hotter signal usually than the dipole. So 3 is down that way. We'll catch you later. This is KC9VKV.